London, 1888. The city was the heart of the British Empire, powerful and proud on the surface. But beneath that surface was another world, a world of darkness, poverty, and desperation. In the district of Whitechapel, thousands lived packed into filthy rooms. Gas lamps barely lit the narrow streets. The air smelled of smoke, alcohol, and decay. At night, the fog rolled in so thick you couldn't see your own hands. It was the perfect place for a monster to hide. Prostitution was common. Many women sold their bodies just to afford a bed for the night. Police presence was weak. Crime was everywhere. And then, the murders began. On August 31st, 1888, the body of Marion Nichols was found on Bucks Row. Her throat had been slashed so deeply it nearly severed her head. Her abdomen was mutilated. The cuts were precise. Controlled. This wasn't a robbery. Nothing was stolen. Whoever did this didn't panic. He took his time. Police initially thought it was just another brutal crime in a violent area. They were wrong. Just 1 week later, Annie Chapman was found dead in a backyard. Same wounds. Same brutality. But this time, something was different. Her organs had been removed. Cleanly. As if the killer knew exactly what he was doing. Doctors were shocked. The cuts suggested medical knowledge, or at least experience with anatomy. Fear spread through Whitechapel like wildfire. Women refused to go out at night. Men armed themselves with knives and clubs. The newspapers were filled with one name: Jack the Ripper. Soon after the murders, letters began arriving at newspapers and police stations, written in red ink, mocking the police, signed with a name that would become infamous. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper. In one letter, the writer claimed responsibility for the killings and promised more. Another letter came with something horrifying: half of a human kidney. Doctors confirmed it came from one of the victims. Whether these letters were real or hoaxes is still debated, but they achieved one thing. They turned fear into national hysteria. September 30th, 1888. One night, 2 victims. First, Elizabeth Stride was found with her throat cut. Then, less than an hour later, Catherine Eddowes was discovered brutally murdered. Her face was slashed. Her organs were removed. A piece of her apron was later found near a building, along with graffiti written on the wall. Police erased it before recording it properly, fearing riots. That decision would haunt investigators forever. The last confirmed victim was Mary Jane Kelly. Her murder was different. She was killed indoors, in her own room. What the police found was beyond horrific. Her body was almost unrecognizable. The violence was extreme, as if the killer had unleashed everything he had been holding back. After her death, the murders stopped. Just like that, Jack the Ripper vanished. Hundreds of suspects were questioned, but the police had no modern tools. No DNA, no fingerprints, no CCTV. Eyewitness accounts contradicted each other. The fog swallowed evidence, and the killer walked free. The case went cold, but the legend grew. Over the years, many suspects have been named. A butcher, a doctor, a royal family member, even a woman. Some theories suggest the murders were covered up to protect powerful people. Others believe Jack was just an ordinary man, invisible, blending into the crowd. That's the most terrifying idea of all. Jack the Ripper succeeded because of 3 things. 1. The environment. Whitechapel was chaotic and dangerous. 2. The victims, poor women no one protected. 3. The time period. Police were unprepared for a serial killer. He wasn't smarter than everyone. He was just hiding in plain sight. Jack the Ripper changed the world. He created the concept of the serial killer in public consciousness. He exposed the failures of society. And he proved something terrifying. A killer doesn't need to disappear. Jack the Ripper changed the world. He created the concept of the serial killer in public consciousness. He exposed the failures of society. And he proved something terrifying. A killer doesn't need to disappear. Sometimes, he just becomes history.